ingênuas no pequeno ecrã. Ambiciosa, ousada, senhora de multifacetados talentos, tentou a música e, como estrela pop, é um caso único nas conquistas de tops. Até no Guinness ela figura, imaginem. A nossa convidada é uma jovem, irreverente e sexy, uma atriz cantora a quem o cinema abriu facilmente as suas portas, chama-se Kylie Minogue. Antes de a convidarmos, temos aqui 3 perguntas e vocês tentarão acertar numa das respostas. De que cidade australiana é ela natural? Sydney, Melbourne ou entroncamento?
Sydney.
Sydney. Yeah.
Segunda.
Melbourne. Ao lado de que herói da ação é que filmou Street Fighter? Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger ou Carlos Cunha?
Segunda.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. E a menina?
Primeira.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. O que é que Kylie Minogue descobriu com o seu namorado Michael Hutchender dos In Excess? O prazer da música, o prazer das viagens ou o prazer do sexo?
A primeira.
A primeira. E a Xana?
A segunda.
A segunda. Portanto, nada de malandrices para vocês, não é? Vamos saber estas respostas e outras. A nossa convidada queridíssima de hoje, Kylie Minogue. Please. Hello, young Kylie.
How are you?
You look gorgeous tonight.
Why, thank you.
It's so funny because something very naughty happened to you on the flight here. Is it true?
They lost all my clothes. Well, not lost, just misplaced. So this is how I came from LA and this is how I come on the TV show.
And
so forgive my appearance.
no, you look lovely. With that look, you can be undressed if you want. Do you want to undress yourself? No, if you...
Don't go tempting me.
No. Well, several years ago, they called you in London Sex Kylie, didn't they? Mm. Because you used your figure and your appeal to
My
to
mother
provoke.
would call it a stage or a phase. She's going through a phase.
A phase.
Yeah.
My parents think so too, that I'm going through a phase.
Still?
But I can't get over it because I'm really very naughty. But you're in a very interesting phase nowadays because you started as a young actress. Then you had a time in your life where the press was a bit, they were not always
Not so
nice.
kind.
Yes, not so kind. And nowadays you've gained everyone's respect. Even Face magazine put you on the cover. Isn't that a big achievement?
Oh yeah, that's a good stamp of approval. But I've been at it for 8 years now, so I guess it just takes some time to really find what you're best at doing and to earn the respect of people.
You've been born in Melbourne, not in Sydney, in Melbourne, because we have 3 questions about you. And what do you recall of your early days in Australia? May I sit next to you?
You may, come
because
sit you.
I feel so far away, and you inspire me. You inspire me fatherly love.
Does he say that to many of the guests?
No, no. I can assure you I didn't say that to John Collins, who was here about a month. Quite the opposite, madam. But what's nice in Australia?
Oh, Australia's gorgeous, and I make sure I go back at least once a year.
You said something very nice about Australia one of these days. You said, from Australia is the blue sky, the greatness of it, and the greatness of its people.
Well, there's such an immense space, and that's wonderful to grow up with that. And you know, you have mainly sunshine. It's an enormous country with a small population, and I think it's
how many millions do you have
about
now?
17 million.
17 with all that space. I envy
There's a lot
you.
of desert, but you know, it's a nice place to grow up.
We are 10 million in this little tiny corner of the world. Did you ever hear of Portugal?
I have been here before.
Yes.
Yes.
Doing what?
Sunbathing.
Where?
I had a vacation at the Algarve. some years ago, but it's my first time here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you enjoy it at the moment, at the time?
Yeah.
Yes. Were you in love?
I think I was pretending to be.
And nowadays, are you in love?
Today I am, yeah.
An agent, I think it was your former agent who said once that you work better when you're not in love. Is that true?
Yes, I do work better when I'm not in love because I'm far more focused.
And being in love puts you out of concentration?
Well, look, you're talking to me, and even when I'm talking about it, I'm thinking, ugh. But he's not here, so it's okay. You have most of my attention.
Who's the lucky guy? What does he do?
He's a photographer and a director. Don't you hate that?
Yes, I hate that. Where did you meet him?
I met him a few times, and then we went on some dates in London, and we drove across America together. So that's pretty much how we got to know each other.
Do you like America?
Yeah.
You conquered America at last. It was not easy.
I'm not so well known in America, but I quite like it that way. I can go and no one knows anything about me.
Do you lead a normal life? Do you usually go out like you are at the moment? Go to the supermarket and lead a normal life? I bet in London you can't do it.
No, it's a bit difficult in England or in Australia. But I try to live. Well, it's normal to me. It's the lifestyle I'm accustomed to. But sometimes it would be nice to just be in your tracksuit pants or something and slip down to the corner store and not have to worry about is someone hiding in the bushes. Of
course. Do you have troubles with the paparazzi or no? Or they leave you alone? You have. Where do they?
They really hide behind trees. It sounds like a cartoon, but they do.
They do? For example, we don't have those problems here. They're all
right here.
They're very naughty too,
yeah.
I can tell you. For example, where do you live nowadays? Where do you spend most of your time?
I probably spend most of it in London, but if I don't have to be there, I normally leave and go somewhere else.
It all started for you as a singer. As an actress, we're going to see in a moment, but as a singer, it all started with a very childish kind of tune, the Locomotion. And how did you get to sing it? It was, I think, something connected to football. In an Australian football league, someone invited you to sing.
Strangely enough, because I don't follow football at all, but I was in a TV show called Neighbours at the time.
Yes, I know.
And I don't know if you have it here.
We have it here, yes.
How you doing? And they asked us to help out at a charity concert, and so a few members of the cast and I, we performed a song. And we had such a good time afterwards, we were very keen to do something else. And I said, well, let's do Locomotion. I know the words and the band knew it, and we just did it. And it's like a cheesy pop story, someone said to me afterwards.
Yes, it's incredible.
That was really good, you should record that. And I was like, really?
It's one of those corny films where everything happens.
Everything happened. And then it was years and years of it. Like, from then on, I had a lot of success, but I had to work very hard.
May we hear the Locomotion just like that, a cappella, with them?
Do you know it? Anyone know? There's a few little... Everybody's doing a brand new dance now.
Come on, baby, do the Locomotion.
Know you get to like it if you give it a chance now.
Come on, baby, do the Locomotion.
My little baby sister can do it with ease. It's easier than learning your ABCs. So come on, do the Locomotion with me. You gotta swing your hips now. Come on, baby, jump up, woo, jump back, yeah. And I think you got me there. Oh, now that you can do it, let's make it shake now.
Come on, baby, do the Locomotion.
Chugga, motion like a whale between now.
Come on, baby, do the Locomotion.
Do it nice and easy, not to lose control. A little bit of rhythm and a lot of soul. So come on, do the Locomotion with me. Well done.
That's what I call an unplugged version of it.
Yeah, really.
May I offer you some champagne?
Please.
While we see a bit of your television work.
Oh, no!
Everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend.
Guess who's caught the competition bug? Des and Jim. It's old news around here. Mike and Scott have decided to get in on the act as well. I saw Mike on the way over here. He and Scott are going to have a race in your pool at the weekend. 10 laps. Oh, no one's asked us if they can use the pool. Don't worry. Scott will be over before too long to tell you all about it and to make sure he's in the good books. He's going to need heaps of practice, though. Mike was the school champion.
Diving champion. Scott's the strongest swimmer any day.
We'll see, won't we?
This whole street's gone competition mad. First Des and Jim and now Scott and Mike.
Yeah. You know what? We should form a team. Why should the guys have all the fun? Well, I'm not really a very good swimmer or runner. There's heaps of other things we could do. There must be something you're good at. Well, I'm pretty good on roller skates. I won a prize once. There you go then. I'm good at that too. I'll go on the Robinson side and you can go on Des and Mike's.
Charlene and Joan will be waiting back at Ramsey Street. As soon as you hand them the batons, they'll roller skate to the entrance of the Oval, where Des and I will be waiting. Des and I will do 10 laps of the Oval to finish the race.
Do we get to do a victory lap?
I certainly hope so. Harold will be the judge. He'll count the number of laps, supervise the baton changeover, that sort of thing. But there's one thing to remember, it's supposed to be fun. Win, lose or draw, it's a friendly contest.
Well, I don't think Mrs. Mangle feels that way. In fact, if she wins, I'll never hear the end of it.
Well, we don't have to be enemies when it's all over. But there's no point doing it if we don't really try to win.
Well, you really dug that.
Yes.
You dug that one out.
How do you feel when watching that young Kylie over there? That looks much older than you do look now.
Yeah, look at me squirming. I'm all embarrassed.
That young Charlene character, did you have anything to do with you?
Oh, yeah, probably. She was a rough nut, you know, like really gutsy. And I have never punched anyone. She punched someone.
Yes. But she was enormously popular over in Australia, and this series is all over the world. It's incredible. Why do you think such a soap gets so much success?
I would say for the United Kingdom it was really successful because it was, you know, it showed the sunshine and you know, open space and all the English. You know, well, most of them really like Australia. Simple storylines, simple characters, you know, basic soapy drama. But it was so successful. I remember we were at work, you know, day in, day out. It was very, very grinding work to have to do. And someone came into the green room where we used to wait and said, oh, the show's doing really well in England. And we couldn't understand what they meant. I mean, I thought it would be on maybe in the middle of the day and, you know, some people, like sick kids would watch it. Like I would see Dynasty as a, you know, 12-year-old.
But no, it was really a huge success.
Yeah, kids were not going to school and doctor surgeries changed the hours and it just was amazingly successful.
And how did this success affect your life at the time?
At that time, not so much because we were still in Australia. Although we heard about the success, it didn't make that much difference to us. We still had to go to the studio and do the show. But then afterwards, when I went to London and started doing promotions, then my life became a lot more hectic, yeah.
Yes. And how was it with your family? Because you're a family woman, you like your brothers, your parents. Was it hard, the separation?
Initially, I think
If you were my child, I wouldn't leave you like that. Or your brother, or your...
Well, they came to visit me and, you know, we're close families, so I think that helps. Even though you're not together, I know that... And I would have a hard time in those days and be very stressed and, you know, I was very young and it was difficult, so
And
I knew I could call up my mum and dad
Yeah.
and just cry on the phone. You know.
I don't see you crying. Do you cry often?
I cry sometimes.
Yes.
I'm a bit of a drama queen. so-
What makes you cry? Anger or passion? Onions?
Onions, yeah. Not so much anger. I think probably stress is one
Yes.
reason when you just
Yes.
can't sort things out in your head, and just being sad.
Years later, I see a photograph of you being introduced to the Queen Mother. Do you remember that?
I've met. No, I've not met
You
the
met-
Queen Mother. I
no.
met Princess Di and Chuck.
Did you like meeting Princess Di? What do you think?
Well, to be perfectly honest, it was such a fleeting
Yes.
meeting. I mean, I've met them, but I didn't
What-
really
what-
get much of an impression. It's a lineup like
Yes, of
this.
course.
And,
What type of Australian are you? Do you like the monarchy or would you prefer a republic?
I would love to see Australia as a republic.
Yes?
I
You don't think it's not logical anymore to have the Queen as a flag?
They just don't have that much presence there. There's not as much meaning. I can understand for the older generation that it's a difficult change to be able to imagine fighting under that flag and
Yeah.
everything. But all of our coins and notes and the flag that the Queen's linked to them all, and it just
For your generation, it doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't have that much meaning.
So sooner or later, it's inevitable that Australia becomes a republic.
I don't know. We have a change of government now, and
Uh-huh.
and I don't know that they're so keen on a republic.
Maybe we hear you sing a bit. You were so nice because you said you agreed to sing with our small orchestra. I know you're used to big, enormous bands and fancy producers. But anyway, we're happy enough to hear you sing. What's the name of the song?
Automatic Love,
Automatic
which is
Love.
just an album track from my last album.
Vamos ouvir a Kylie, esta querida, cantar, e uma salva de palmas que ela bem merece.
You okay there? You just sip your champagne. Won't you please forgive me? I feel a stranger here. Seems that I've lost all my memory and all of my fears. I know I'm so crazy. I don't care, 'cause it's you that makes me. So beware, you put me on. There's no return. I'm on automatic love. Nothing can stop me. I'm on automatic love. Come on and turn it on. Automatic, automatic. I didn't feel you enter in my main menu, but every time I touch the key, the screen is showing you. I know I'm so crazy. I don't care, 'cause it's you that makes me. So beware, you put me on. There's no return. I'm on. Nothing can stop me. I'm on, yeah. Come on and turn it on.
Parte do programa Parabéns com esta encantadora menina do seu nome. Do you like our language, the sound of it?
I don't know what you're saying, but carry on.
Encantadora menina, enchanting young lady.
Yes, yes, yes.
Encantadora menina, Kylie Minogue.
Well done.
I have a very naughty question here that I asked them first. I asked them, what did you discover with your boyfriend, Michael Hutchender from
That is not true anyway.
But you said
No,
that.
I never said that.
You,
No.
this is the second scandal I have in my show. The first one was with Cher, when I talked to her about the operation. She said, no, it's not true. I just had two. But didn't you say that
No, but this isn't true.
you've learned the pleasures of sex with Michael Hutchender? No, it's not true.
Well, all right. Let me explain.
Está a aquecer.
You see? You know what the press are like, especially
Yes.
in England.
Yes, I
Well,
know.
they wrote the headline, I discovered sex with Michael, which, you know, is not true. Maybe I discovered more, you know,
Ha.
enhanced kind of different ways of sex.
Do you remember your first time?
Oh, yeah.
Was it nice? No.
It was not the greatest experience.
Mine was in Spain, with
Oh,
a
was
Belgian, yes, with a Belgian lady called Joelle, and I didn't know that the nipples were so big, female nipples, really, because I never had seen a breast. And it was my first shock, was to see that female nipples were bigger than ours.
But you got over it.
Yes, and I
I
eventually.
workshopped it. I
eventually will start to liking it. No, I got over it. The second question is,
moving along.
I'm moving along,
Yeah.
but which boyfriend did you like the most? This actual?
No. That's not a good question. No, because I I have a boyfriend at the moment that I just
course.
think is the greatest. Yeah, he wins.
But it is physical pleasure important for you? Is it part
I
of your?
can't believe you're asking me this.
No, because, for example, I know that you love
Yeah.
food. I know that you love food.
Yeah.
All types of food. You enjoy.
Well, a lot
Not
of
meat. You
types
don't
of
eat
food.
meat
No.
because of the cows, and the problems with the cows, or just because you don't like.
Cows.
You usually don't like meat.
No.
And don't you think that people that love food usually love all the rest very intensely?
This is so unfair. I'm very jet lagged at the moment, and
Oh.
I'm becoming hysterical.
Oh,
I'm about to lose it any second.
okay.
But I guess a short reply to your question
Yes.
is yes, very much. And I'm not going to see my boyfriend for a while either. God damn it!
I have a very
What are
intelligent.
you saying?
The other question was. Drink some more. Drink some more champagne. It'll calm you. It'll calm you a bit.
All right.
The other question was, with which action hero did you film? Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carlos Cunha. Do you know Carlos Cunha?
This is some joke that I don't. This is so unfair.
Do you know Marina Mota? She's married to Marina
Look,
Mota.
no one warned me about this show. Hello? Where's my agent?
I'm sorry.
Hello?
I'm sorry. Okay. It was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It was indeed.
Was it nice filming with him?
It was okay, yeah. I mean, I would have liked to be fighting against him, actually. I would have liked to be doing some action scenes. But I
which you
was
did?
always next to him like this. Yes, sir. And overall, the filming was not the most enjoyable experience. No, I just think that...
You filmed under very harsh conditions with very hot weather, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, but just from an acting point of view, I was fooling myself that I could do some more acting. But it's an action film,
Yeah.
you know. and it's all about like just getting in the right spot and spitting your lines out. But what I did like was learning martial arts, and I got quite good at it. I mean, I've completely lost it now, but at the time I was quite a strong little thing.
Are you a physical woman? Do you work out quite a lot?
I do yoga.
Yoga?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And how did you discover yoga? Why not other forms of physical?
Well, I was in the gym, you know,
Yes.
pushing weights, and a yoga teacher came to me and said, "Why are you doing that?" You know, because prior to that, I was very naive, and I thought yoga was just all about meditating. But actually, you can get very strong and flexible, and it's possibly one
Can
of
you
the
show
best
us 2 or
exercises.
3 exercises that you do in yoga?
Really? Okay, if you do it with me, I will.
Yes.
We need some space, though.
On the ground, no.
Yeah.
Before.
You might get your suit a bit dirty, though. Okay. We're going to be asking questions on this later. No. Actually, you can face this way. And stretch up. Now, bend from your hips and go down. Touch the floor. And now, look up. And now, jump. Okay? Up. Up. Jump. And up. And down. You okay?
Yes. I have my gym teacher here. Did you know? Põe lá uma música do tum tum chac, tum tum chac.
Are you doing aerobics?
No, it's yes, but he's very good at it. Põe alto.
Ah! She's really?
Yes. They are much better than this. We're just having a low profile. Let's see a rush of that film we talked about with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
C or air? I knew that was coming. Cammy?
We were able to get Bison to break radio silence. Unfortunately, not long enough to pinpoint the signal. At this point, all we say for certain is his base is hidden somewhere here, the River Delta region.
Any other new business?
Sir! Look.
He was a brave man. A true warrior.
He told us to leave. We did the right thing.
Well, it still feels pretty wrong to me.
Kyle! Colonel! Lieutenant, make a note. I need a vacation.
Yes, sir. Tear gas, sir. On the
Do you have further plans to do some filming nowadays?
Oh, only if I can do a good film.
You didn't want to do no action films, nothing very light?
I didn't get enough fulfillment from those kind of films. But the trouble is, you never know until after you've done it.
Yes. But what I feel...
With a lot of the Hollywood films, it's like, oh, you've got this name and that name and that name, it would be great for you, and you kind of end up thinking, oh yeah, you know, I've got to start somewhere, and maybe that's a good thing, but in retrospect, I don't think it was, you know.
I think that Kylie Minogue Part 2, this one, is getting to be much more stricter with itself than the Part 1, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I think nowadays you need more than just success and good sales.
Well, I think as I'm getting older, I want to do more things for myself, and I guess because most of my life I've had so much success, and it's been the #1 TV show and the #1 singles and everything, that's been how I have equated success.
Yes.
And now I'm trying to redefine that.
You need some juice, not
well,
just
to be successful. You know, if I don't have a #1 single, if I release something, I release it because I really like it. And it's not as easy as I would have thought to do that, because you cling on to, oh well, you know, if I did so well, then that means I was good. But I need to change that around.
This clip that we can see quite a lot on MTV nowadays with Nick Cage, is it the example of that? Is more or less what you think is a different style and a different approach to success and new audiences?
Yeah, he's been very inspirational to me. First of all, he had wanted to work with me for 5 or 6 years, you know, when nobody else would have dreamt of it, let alone admitted it to the public. So, you know, I was very flattered that he wanted to do that. I think it's a beautiful song.
Yes, it is.
He encouraged me to sing it in a different way. And
let's hear it a little bit, and later I'll show you what real duets are all about.
They call me the wild rose, but my name was Eliza Day. Why they call me if I do not know, for my name was Eliza Day.
From the first day I saw her, I knew she was the one. She stared in my eyes and smiled, for her lips were the color of the roses that grew down the river, all bloody and wild.
When he knocked on my door and entered the room, my trembling subsided in his sure embrace. He would be my first man, and with a careful hand he wiped out the tears that ran down my face. They call me the wild rose, but my name was Eliza Day. Why they call me that I do not know, for my name was Eliza Day.
Lovely song. There's a snake fooling around with you in this video.
Yeah.
Is it a real snake? And you weren't afraid?
At first I was afraid. I was about to go into the water, and there was an animal wrangler who had rabbits and spiders and all kinds of different little animals to put in the video. And he had the big, it was a Burmese python. And
they eat whole rabbits and rats.
I know, I don't like to think what they do.
Yes, they're awful. They open their mouth and then they eat the whole animal, and the poor animal goes inside alive, then chokes to death, and oh, like in a horror movie, it's awful. I hate snakes.
Well, I had never really been in touch with a snake prior to that. And so I said, okay, I got in the water and I knew the snake was coming over me. Yes. And I asked, just let me, obviously you don't know where a snake's going to go. So that was one worry. And I said, just let me, don't roll the cameras, just see what happens.
And where did the snake go?
The snake was well behaved. It went just where it was meant to go.
Oh, it was a blind snake.
Must be too much water inside.
Yes.
But that was when I got all my my nerves out, and I just was screaming, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" And then so we did a few takes, and afterwards I actually liked it. Yeah, it kind of like shudders when it moves across you. And
So
originally I'd said, okay, I'll do it with the snake, but try not to have it go near my face because I wasn't allowed to move. I was being a corpse. And then afterwards I said, okay, I think I'm ready. Let's do a close-up and have the snake. Wait a second. We thought you said you didn't want the snake near. I didn't want the snake near my head, but now I've changed my mind. And anyway, we didn't have time, so.
Your boyfriend isn't by any chance a snake, no? That's real.
I hope not.
No. One of the things that you did was, I think, it was important, was to enter a Lennon Memorial Concert in Liverpool. Yoko Ono invited you. Was it true?
Probably, yeah. I'm actually not sure how I got the invite, but she was there and I met her.
Are you a Beatles fan?
I am. I think I was a little bit young to be,
Yes.
you know, way into the Beatles.
Which songs do you remember from the Beatles, for example?
I remember Help, which was one of my favorites. A little song about getting old.
Oh, yes. Do you mind getting old?
Not yet, I don't mind.
Yes, because you're still too young. But
actually, I would hope not to mind. I think that for women, it's good these days that you know that
for example,
they're encouraged to grow old and feel proud about it.
Would you still feed me? Would you still need me when I'm 64 or no?
How old are you now?
42.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
I'll be strong then. Yeah, it's okay.
I think it would be a nice goodbye gift to give to the world our own version of Lennon McCartney's When I'm 64.
Why, certainly.
Maestro, take it away. When I get older, losing my hair,
Many years from now,
will you still be sending me a Valentine?
birthday greetings by wine.
If I'd been out till 2:45, would you lock the door?
I will still need you, and I will still feed you when you're 64.
You know, young Kylie, there's something I must tell you that you, the buddy do. You'll be older too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Besides, if you say the word, I could stay with you. I could be handy mending a fuse.
When your lights are gone,
You can knit a sweater by the fireside,
Sunday morning go for a ride.
doing the garden, digging the weeds.
Oh, who could ask for more?
Will you still need me?
I will still feed you when you're 64.
Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight. If it's not too dear, we shall scrimp and save. Grandchildren on your knee, Vera, Chuck, and Dave. Send me a postcard, drop me a line,
Stating point of view,
indicate precisely what you mean to say.
you're sincerely wasting away.
Give me your answer, fill in a form.
My forevermore.
But will you still need me?
I will still feed you when you're 64.
Kylie, will you still need me?
I will still feed you
When you're
nossa convidada Kylie Minogue no Parabens.